been in a scrap.
What do you mean? Your ship's in great condition.
You really don't know much about ships, do you?
There's nothing wrong with yours.
Oh, we're done.
Ah, you're back. Killian wanted to see you. Might want to keep your distance. Some of us have itchy trigger fingers.
Get the hell out of my face.
You trying to get us thrown into prison? It's incredible.
Can't chat right now. I'm on duty. Grab a drink and relax. If you're looking for supplies, talk to Killian and Darcy.
Is it really necessary for you to drag around all that gear?
Around here, we appreciate discretion.
Hello.
If you're looking for work, I need something taken care of. If you're looking for work, I need someone to do a job for me. Preferably someone that isn't burdened by morality. Don't be obtuse. You know what I mean. I need someone that doesn't lie awake at night tortured after having to use their gun. I'm not gonna beat around the bush. I'm looking for someone that is willing to kill people. People that may or may not deserve it. For money. No questions asked. Are you that special someone? Good. This is the target. Take them out and bring me proof of the kill.
Howdy.
Remember, I need to see proof of death.
Behave yourself, and we won't have a problem.
Target's marked. Get moving. I have nothing to do with the Trackers Alliance. This is a contract between you and me. I am paying you to kill people that I want dead. Whether or not they have a bounty on their head isn't my concern. That doesn't concern you. No questions asked. Remember. Watch your six out there.
Hey,
Sure, this place ain't fancy, but if you need to lay low, you can do a lot worse.
Welcome to our little corner of the Starfield. Can I set you up with a drink?
Firm but fair. That's how we run this place.
What is it Reissue likes to say? Good talk.
Oh, these young fools, so certain of their morality. What do they know, eh?
You needed something?
Running low again. Might be time to find a new supplier, at least for the drinks.
That's unfortunate. Reliable trade.
Yes, let us celebrate the young and the fearless, and build monuments to their heroism.
Of course, the patrons don't like that.
Let them watch us toast them
We should charge
from the
less for
pits
drinks.
of their early graves.
Quality improves.
No, we should.
I did not survive the tragedy of Shinar just to forget its lessons.
Dilute the drinks if you need to, but we won't be diluting our profits.
And when someone draws a gun on me over it,
Shinar was a research outpost built out in the far reaches of space. We were humble scientists, studying the land and making discoveries. It was, which makes it all the more tragic. It was taken from us. There was a shipwreck with a lone survivor. We rescued him, brought him back, and treated his wounds. He repaid us by stealing our ship, wrecking our comms, and leaving us there to die. All because we gave him shelter. Because we did the right thing. Sheer luck. Without food, water, we only had days before dehydration set in. But some decided to take their own lives and die on their own terms. Project Shinar's goal was to settle a Class BH planet, barely habitable. When he stole this ship and our supplies,
Hey,
Sure, this place ain't fancy, but if you need to lay low, you can do a lot worse.
oh, these young fools, so certain of their morality. What do they know, eh? No, I will remind them every minute of their lives they are fools. And I'll wait for the moment I can tell them I told you so. I did not survive the tragedy of Shinar just to forget its lessons.
Whatever brought you here, it's none of my business.
Excuse me.
Sorry, got a lot on my mind right now.
Firm, but fair.
Restarting
That's how we run
conversations
this place.
subroutine. Conversation over. Running analysis. auxiliary human increasing common.
If you need me, you'll find me, I'm sure. Any troubles you need to share?
Adjusting delta interest variable. Acknowledged. Lowering chances of success.
I'm here for you, my love. I'm right behind you. What's happening, darling? When you listen to what I have to say, you make me feel loved. Who could possibly ask for more? If it keeps us close, then I'll gladly say those words every time you ask. Yes?
Oh, these young fools, so certain of their morality. What do they know, eh? Yes, let us celebrate the young and the fearless, and build monuments to their heroism. Let them watch us toast them from the pit of their early graves. I did not survive the tragedy of Shinar just to forget its lessons. Shinar was a research outpost built out in the far reaches of space. We were humble scientists, studying the land and making discoveries. It was, which makes it all the more tragic. It was taken from us. There was a shipwreck with a lone survivor. We rescued him, brought him back, and treated his wounds. He repaid us by stealing our ship, wrecking our comms, and leaving us there to die. All because we gave him shelter. Because we did the right thing. That's because it no longer exists. It has no more place on a map than the rocks and the trees. All thanks to a lone pirate who tricked us all. I want to say he's dead, but men like that are cockroaches. They have a bad habit of staying alive. I've all but given up on finding him, but if you feel the need, here are the coordinates. I cannot speak to what you'll find there, but it may point you to what you seek. I am against volunteering for any fight I've no stake in, yes. Once you open your eyes, see the world for what it really is, you'll realize the truth. All things you believe honorable and chaste mean nothing when you are cold and starving and crossing swords with death. Of course I thought about it. Every day for 2 years. Until it consumed me. But then I realized there was no goddamn point to any of it. Even if I kill him, so what? My friends, my colleagues are all dead. Whoever Caruso is, let God be his judge. And if there is no God, then we're all doomed anyway. He was a real bear of a man. Soft-spoken, but forceful. What few words he used, he didn't mince. A man like that tends to get respect, but it's all a ruse. And he fooled us just long enough to give us the slip. I grow weary of this galaxy. I try to keep myself hydrated. Even a dry mouth can trigger old memories. So many good people were lost. China was a quiet place. I miss it dearly.
You needed something?
Running low again.
I've done things I'm not
Might be
proud
time
of
find a new
to
supplier,
survive.
At least for the drinks.
I grow weary of this galaxy.
Reliable traders are a rare commodity out here.
I could always mix the drinks a little weaker. Of course, the patrons don't like that overly much. Maybe we should charge less for the drinks. At least until the quality improves.
No, you should not. Beverage sales are a staple of this operation. Then, dilute the drinks if you need to. You won't be diluting our profits.
Like when someone draws a gun on me over it? Because I promise you, someone will.
You can be grateful I have security.
I've done things I'm not proud of. So many good... China was a quiet place. I try to keep myself hydrated. Even a dry mouth can trigger old memories. I grow weary of this galaxy.
What are you waiting for? Get going.
I have to admit, your abilities are making me a bit jealous.
Need some work done? We'll do our best.
Looks to me like you've already...
I try not to trade in
May I
gossip,
be of
but
service?
if you have any
By all
reliable
means.
information,
So, we eating out the safe brook, or is it just a quick snap from the Much as I'm eager to explore the universe, there's nothing quite like the feeling of returning home.
Hello, Starborn. I will assist in...
stand as you enter the city.
Well, well. Back for more, eh?
One day, I'm gonna leave New Atlantis.
If any discovery reports have come in while we were away. One of these days, he needs to actually get some sleep after going to bed.
In many ways, your very existence.
Let me guess. You missed me and you couldn't stay.
You will be scanned.
I picked up something you might be interested in. I have something for you when you have a moment. Ah, my day just got a whole... Yes, have a look. No, we done talk. Talking already. Are you shooting at flies now? No, we done talking already. You better quit that. No, we done talking already. No, we done talking already. I don't mind bunking on the ship, but nothing is better than unwinding in your own quarters.
Welcome home. That is not dimensional.
Where the hell did you learn to do all of that? Oh, please don't say neon. Talk about...
yourself. Stay strong. Failure. I am registered with the trial system of failure. Taking damage. Registering damage to exterior casing. Trial system failure. Registering damage to exterior casing. All systems damage. For total destruction. Warning. I am taking damage. Get report. Shutting down.
used to seeing you do that. Into the universe itself.
It's been 3 days since we were left for dead. A few went out in search of food and water, but haven't returned. Dehydration symptoms have started to set in for all of us. Fatigue, dizziness. I recognize that outside of a miracle, this is likely my last will and testament. There is only one choice left. The others are already discussing how to do it.
What's happening? What's wrong?
It's Caruso. He's taken everything. The ship. Our supplies.
What about the food storage? The water?
It's gone, Bernard. All of it.
When is the next supply run? How Home base will notice if we don't check in.
We won't get a resupply in time. He waited until we restocked before making his move. Don't you see? There is no way out from this.
No, we will find a way to survive. Trust me, we will.
For God's sake, drop some of that rubbish already.
What do you think about this refugee, Caruso?
Quiet man, hard worker, keeps to himself mostly.
I mean, his ship didn't look like it was built for trade. And some of the details of his story don't add up.
You think he's a smuggler?
I think he's worse.
Relax. Even if you're right, the man can barely stand. He's no threat to the outpost.
At the very least, we should lock him up. Treat him like a prisoner.
Well, you'll have to take it up with the group. I think you're overreacting.
Now that we're here, perhaps we could spend a bit of time relaxing rather than planning?
Hold up, stranger. This outpost belongs to the citizens of New Babylon. State your business, or kindly leave. Yeah? Got a description of the perp? That sounds like Big Hal. He's big-boned and a big softy. But he's no criminal. Not unless you count the dad joke he made about the picture in jail. Now that was a crime. It was framed. Maybe you two ought to clear this up in person. Head on through. He should be in the back. You can't miss him. Ivica says Sunny is lazy, but I think it's an act. She does her job on her own time.
sorry. You'll have to hack that on your own.
Big Hal's one of those guys who speaks from his chest. Sometimes it feels like he could knock you back with his breath.
Easy. If the filters are fine, then what's the next step?
The next step is we blow up this machine and strip it for parts.
Or you can check the pressure valve.
Or I can check the freaking valve. I think you're right. I didn't install it properly. That explains why the pump's malfunctioning.
Good. Take a break to cool off, then get your tools.
Vita's good with a wrench, but boy does he like to complain. Name's Caspian. Some people call me Cass for short. My dad founded this place, but he passed a while ago. I didn't know him well.
I trained as a boxer when I was young. It taught me discipline, how to weather a punch in the gut. Life is full of such punches. I've been listening to these relaxation tapes, but they aren't helping. Grace and Sunny Kim couldn't be more different as siblings. You have to wonder if Sunny was adopted.
All that junk you're hauling is seriously slowing you down.
Welcome, new listener. We are here to guide you on a special journey toward relaxation and meditation. Brought to you by Chunks. Relax your shoulders. Feel your muscles. The skin on your face. The softness of your tongue. Now imagine your tongue gliding over an 8x8 centimeter cube. A chunk. It might taste like chocolate. It might flow like wine. But know that when you taste it, total relaxation is possible.
There is Pal is Caspian's mentor, but someone needs to do the same for Sunny Kim. In my opinion, she's lazy.
Can't believe we got visitors coming to this dome. Yo, I got Big Hal to cover for like 3 of my shifts this week. Next week, I'm going for 4. If you need Yates is the town preacher in Trump. Right now he's with both in jail. Can't believe we got visitors coming at this dome.
I pick up a lot of the odd jobs around here that other people can't do. Or won't do.
Do I know you, friend? Oh, I think you have the wrong man. I'm just a farmer.
Suffice to say, you have a lot to answer for.
Wait. Not here. Not in front of the boy. Follow me.
I pick up a lot of the odd jobs around here that other people can't do. Or won't do.
You mentioned Shinar. I regret what happened there. But I'd rather not have this conversation in front of the others. Not yet. This outpost has been through a lot from even before I came here, but as you can see, it's starting to thrive. Up ahead is the community center. We should have some privacy there. Now, let's get one thing straight. I'm not here to fight you, Hunter. But before you take me in, I just want to say my piece. The truth is, I've been waiting for you. Yes, I am the one who left Shinar to die. My crimes are many, and without redemption. But I don't fear death, Hunter. My blood is rancid, my bones rotten. If you seek my life, well, then you'll be disappointed. There's no life left to take. In due time, but not yet. The others in this outpost, they depend on me. For them, my absence will be an expensive purchase. And for their sake, I will not yield. You may know about Shinar, but before that, I spent time with the Crimson Fleet. And before that, I was one of the Promised, a servant of House Va'ruun. All of that's to say, my crimes are many. I don't ask for absolution. Only time. I can solve the short-term problems. There are long-term issues at play. I had hoped to correct them, but your arrival has changed the timeline. I do. My terms are as follows. In exchange for my submission, I would like you to help me resolve some pressing issues here. When that work is done, I will turn myself in, or end my life. Whatever the people decide. The blood on my hands is thick. It would not be fair to leave such a decision to any one person. I would put it to a vote. Let the people of New Babylon know my crimes, and be my judge. If that is what the people choose, I will abide by it. When I arrived here, I found a place in dire straits. It's better now, but there's still work to be done. Repairs are needed, physically and emotionally. I will need your help with both. Doesn't take much to look. People just prefer to talk. But to the matter at hand, as I mentioned, I have a list of things that I'd like to resolve. For one, I'd like to automate some of the work here. To do that, we need to fix the Model A unit by the junkyard. Second, we need to restore this place of worship. We can solve a lot of social issues through sermon and prayer. Making my rounds, there's much to do besides the tasks I gave you. Recently, I've been acting as the outpost leader, with Zaina retiring. It's her time. She's older and would like to return home. The outpost has voted me as her successor. That will have to change. Not right now. Let's finish the work first. I don't blame you if you have doubts. When cornered, it's a man's natural inclination to run. But that will not serve the people here. I have a plan, but let's handle the matter of the robot first. Human labor is costly. There are a number of processes we need to automate. There is a utility robot at the junkyard that could alleviate a lot of issues, but it's lacking a power cell. No, the machines here are older models. The type of cell required is no longer in production. This is their home. Asking them to leave is not on the table. There are. You'll need to talk to Ivica, the supply coordinator. I've been trying to convince him to shift around the outpost's power distribution with little luck. Maybe you'll be able to sway him.
We can't make any promises, but we'll see.
At this point, that's all I can ask for. He fears losing his job, but the robot's a tool. It's not meant to replace him. I have a plan, but let's handle the matter of the robot first. I'll be around if you have other questions.
Carrying enough clutter there, or should we find some more?
Someone stole my keycard. I'd bet both my thumbs it was Sonny. I saw you talking to Caruso. I may owe him a favor, but we can't waste power cells on a piece bucket of bolts that does more harm than good. Because it's a piece of shit. You know they said this thing was going to replace me? Bah! Because it makes people lazy. Look at Sunny Kim. She can barely lift a finger to scratch her own ass. Her entire generation is soft, and it's because of robots like Rusty. He donated supplies and his ship to this settlement. Beside that, he got me slates of the last 5 Razer Derby championships. I'm still working through them, so no spoilers. Oh, so you've bought into their propaganda too. Robots can't be trusted to do work that was meant to be done with human hands. Because robots need parts, maintenance, things we don't readily have. If we depend on them and they break down, lives could be lost. There is no substitute for human brains and human hands. Bah! No machine can replace a person. The robot is a useless heap of shit. But the parts are not. If, instead of repairing it, you were to break it, I could use the spare parts to fix the mining machine. It's got a blown PCM. With a few tweaks, the parts from that Model A can fix it. We can use it to blast through the rock and get the ore behind it. But Caruso keeps insisting the robot is better, and then I won't overrule him. Odiebi, and what am I supposed to do for work then? Get out of here! So, you've come back. Have you reconsidered my offer to scramble this robot's eggs? The magnet will destroy the hard drive, but I only need the components. It will be fine. Bah! Machines around here are always breaking down. At worst, it will look like a well-meaning accident. Caruso will be pissed, but he's all about making lemonade from lemons. Once he sees the power upgrade, he'll accept it. Begrudgingly. You can't murder a machine. Yes, so do I. You will need a power cell to turn it on. Here, this should do the trick. Come back to me when it's done and we'll upgrade the generator. Hal is Caspian's mentor, but someone needs to do the same for Sunny Kim. In my opinion, she's lazy. I used to work for Star Parcel, hauling packages, making deliveries. One day I get a job to jump to some half-abandoned outpost. When I get there, I see the package is addressed to me. I open it. There's a letter inside. It says, "Dear Ivica, you're fired." Company was fine. My boss was an ass. But Zena, she's different. She says, "You need a job? Take your pick." So I did. As they used to say on the old world, Bóg zatwori jedna wrata, a otwori stotino. Fine, here is what I got.
Please watch your step. It is imperative that you do not disturb the soil. Fertilizer deployment protocol activated.
Once we finish the outpost business, we can settle ours. I'll make my daily rounds. I trust you can keep our discussion private. Good. I know Ivica thinks it'll replace him, but there's plenty of other work to be done for a man of his skill set. The community center is a perfect place for sermons and prayer. The problem is the local pastor, Yates, has been accused of theft. He says he's innocent. I believe him. We'll need to get him sober and out of prison. I'd start with Yates himself and Sasha, his jailer. When you're done, find Caspian. He was there during the theft, and has information I'd like you to investigate. Strong moral center is the backbone of any settlement. Religious guidance provides it. We'll talk more later.
Turning in the widening gyre.
Enough with poetry, Yates. Just tell me where you hid the supplies.
The falcon cannot hear the falconer.
Fine,
Things
have
fall
it your
apart.
way. Rot in the
center
cell for all I
cannot
care.
hold. Mere anarchy is loosed upon the world.
I'm too old
the
for this shit.
blood-dimmed tide is loosed, and everywhere the ceremony of innocence is drowned. The best lack all conviction, while the worst are full of passionate intensity. Nor dread nor hope attend a dying animal. A man awaits his end, dreading and hoping all. Alas, my friend, I don't even know anymore. Maybe it's me. Is it? They're not even my words. Who's to say what's well about it? In fact, I find myself struggling to find value in anything written or spoken. Words are the cheapest currency, after all, and so easily counterfeited. Said the liar to the fool, but I will happily play my part. The floor is yours. What brings you, stranger, to this humble priest? So Hal has not yet given up on me. A saint, that man. I would say angel, but I no longer believe in such things. I take it he wants me to lead the house of worship. Strange. Hal is a man of few words, but the intent is always clear. Regardless, even if you were to find the supply thief and clear my name, I have lost it, my faith. So if Hal wishes me to preach, then as a wise man once said, he's shit out of luck, as are you. There is nothing to tell. I am guilty of being a faithless drunk. Rather than actually investigate the crime, Sasha believes a pointed finger is adequate evidence. As for who pointed it, take your pick. They're all angled in this direction. Calamite, a material for crafting a number of items, from suits to medical chems. It's the chems part that makes me a suspect, which is a false correlation. Yes, my appetite for liquor is nothing short of prodigious, but I have never touched a chem. If that is your wish, my dear Sisyphus, I will not stop you. Talk to the guard and clear my name. Perform thy miracle. I've no clue who you are or what brought this on. But as the bard says, fortune brings in some boats that are not steered. You mean like the poet? Heavens no. It's a sobriquet, and a derogatory one at that.
That's what they give people too unoriginal to speak their own words. My real name is unimportant. Rare is a name that's chosen. Most of us are given names and become accustomed to their fit. Clever retort. He would give you the shirt off his back. Do you know how I know? This shirt I'm wearing. It is. I have no faith in anything. In other words, I am a free agent, taking applications to serve as the mouth of God, or gods, or no God at all. I was once a preacher for the Sanctum Universum, a pretty good one, in fact. But shortly after I arrived here, there was a mass exodus. I lost the people's ear, and with it, my voice. I started to find company in drink and poetry, and became the lowly slug you see before you. That would require a messiah, and, my friend, I am hardly messiah material. And what authority do I have as a man who believes in nothing? Fair point. No one is as deaf as the man who will not listen. I will ruminate on this discussion. You have given me much to ponder. He would give you the shirt off his back. Do you know how I know? This shirt I'm wearing. It is. Parting is such sweet sorrow. These days I don't preach much. Farewell. Only God knows when we shall meet again.
How you can harness that type of power.
If you need medical attention, talk to Grace. She'll set you up. Big Hal is good people. He also knows a lot about weapons. First thing he did when he got here is fix the sights on my gun. My cop instincts tell me he used to be a military man or something. But he's a very private person. Do you mean if I've got security training? Not really. I started out as the neighborhood watch. The whole thing was originally supposed to be on a weekly rotation. But every week I was the only volunteer, so it ended up just becoming my job. Hal put you up to this? It's an open and shut case. Yates is obviously the perp. The guy wouldn't know sobriety if it kicked him in the privates. Then he's gonna have to make amends with whatever god he serves, and quick. Oh yeah, Sunny Kim says she saw Yates creeping around the supply area on more than one occasion. 1, he's always high. 2, the theft stopped as soon as I locked him up. He stole calamite from the supply tent. It's a rare, unique material that can be used to craft stuff. I talked to Caspian about it. He was the one working the tent when the supplies were stolen. All right. Let me know if I can answer anything else. Try to stay on my good side while you're here.
Vita's good with a wrench, but boy does he like to complain. I'm not assigned to anything yet. I fill in for the others when they need a break. These days, I'm mostly just Hal's understudy. He knows just about everything, so I'm trying to soak up the knowledge like a sponge. Because everyone here thinks I'm a screw-up. And I get it. Sometimes I'll break stuff, lose things. But it just takes me a few tries to figure stuff out. Once I do, I'm solid. Hal's the only one who understood that. Yeah, I was doing maintenance on it, and I messed something up with the valve. I just rush through things sometimes, and it always bites me in the ass. when I was born. You're looking at the only naturally born citizen of New Babylon. Problem is, there hasn't been one since. I know Grace is looking into some of the reasons why, but so far, no results. What, like I'm a miracle baby? Nah, it's the opposite. Everyone here thinks I'm hopeless. Which is stupid. I've been here longer than anyone except Zaina. They should show some respect. Oh, nice. Are you gonna help us bust Yates out? He totally didn't do it. Just ask Hal. It's not just any man, though. It's Hal. He's the glue that keeps this shit together. Well, he's the only one who actually listened to my version of what happened. Let me explain. So the night it all went down, I was organizing the supplies over here, trying to get my system right. That's when I dropped the box of mason jars. So I tried to pick up the broken glass and put it in this box, and I cut my fingers. Stupid, I know. So now there's blood and glass everywhere, so I turned to look for a broom. And then out of nowhere, I feel this sharp, jabbing pain in my neck. I start to turn around, and then boom, I pass out. "1,000%, because here's the kicker. When I woke up, the broken glass and all the blood was cleaned up, and my hand was bandaged. Oh yeah, I've seen people in crime shows use animal tranquilizers. That juice will knock out in a Sealy's. Hal wanted to look in the dumpster bins for anything suspicious. But then the water pump broke and, yeah, that's when you showed up. Yeah, Hal and I thought it would be best to lock it down until we could do a little sleuthing. But if you're on the case, I can give you the key. Cool, here's the key. If you find anything, I'd check back with Hal on what to do next. My dad founded this place. But see ya.
Have cursed.
How so?
Well, before I was sitting, perfectly content. Now I am waiting, and it's killing me.
Hopefully you won't have to wait much longer. You being here is kismet. The Reaper coming to collect. I just thought I had more time.
What I wouldn't do for a drink. I'd kill a man. Or 3. I'm already in prison. What's the harm? Farewell. Only
you being here is kismet. The Reaper coming to collect. I just thought I had more time. Let's take a look. Surgical gloves, and there's blood on them, and a syringe, possibly a tranquilizer. This seems to corroborate what Caspian told me, provided the blood is his. We could take the items to Dr. Kim to verify, but she's the only one with the equipment and expertise to test the blood and find a match. Agreed. I assume we're on the same page here. Exactly, and the evidence we do have is flimsy. If we could find out what her motive is, that and the gloves would be enough. No, kaolinite can be used for chems, which is why Yates is a suspect. But Dr. Kim doesn't need to steal chems. She can request them. It might not, but maybe you can trap her in a lie. I think you'll just need to speak to her yourself. She might reveal something if you ask the right questions. Once we finish the outpost business, we can settle ours. I'll make my daily rounds. Don't worry about me being a flight risk. I won't fight what's already written.
Welcome back. In life, we find it hard to be present. But presently, You are here, uncluttered, unobstructed, unbothered. Here in this zero space, your mind is clear. You notice you are standing on something. A cube. No, not a cube. A chunk. You drop to your knees. You take a bite of the ground. It's familiar and soothing. It's pork. But if you dislike pork, it's not that. Really, it's your favorite food. It's comfort for your soul. You lie down on the chunk of not pork and find yourself in perfect harmony with the universe. For the chunk is now part of you, and you are the chunk. Just as we are all made of stars, we are all made of chunks.
Always nice to get new visitors here. These late nights are doing me in. I've come here on a research grant. Settlers living on the fringes provide a lot of interesting data. How does the gravity, weather, and nutrients found in alien environments affect the human body over time? In exchange, I provide medical services for the group. Oh god, no. I keep all chems, syringes, and equipment under lock and key. Medicine is a powerful tool, but one easily abused. Oh, what do you have there? Surgical gloves and a used syringe. Did you find these in the trash? I would advise you against handling such things. Not unless I have to perform surgery, and that hasn't happened in months. But I do occasionally dissect local fauna to see if they can provide anything useful. You must be joking. Those are my gloves and syringe, yes, but I was likely using them on a creature. I don't remember, okay? And I don't keep everything on my computer. I have written documentation too. I'd have to run a test, but I haven't personally done any procedure like that. It's most likely from a dissection. Of course, I'm the only one here with access to surgical gloves and equipment. What are you getting at? Theft, most likely? Yates may have stolen it from my lab to fulfill his chem habit. What do you think? Did he do it? Then we have to rely on Sasha's investigation. If she thinks Yates did it, then he'll... I'm trying to get blood samples from everyone in the settlement, but Ivica is being stubborn about it. Oh, what do you... Did you find these in the trash? You know it's unethical to look through someone's personal logs, right? I was trying to get the blood sample for my research. When things got messy, I stole the calamite knowing it'd point to Yates. I'd hoped Sasha would let Yates go with a slap on the wrist, but she turned it into this whole thing. I still have it. Well, most of it, anyway. I synthesized some into chems, just in case I needed to ditch the evidence. But turns out I didn't need to go that far. Innocent? Let's not act like Yates hasn't pissed us all off with his drinking. Anyway, there. You have the truth. So what now? Are you going to turn me in? Or is there room to negotiate here? Keep in mind, I am the only doctor in this outpost. You're making a mistake, but fine. I can see I don't have a choice. Here's the calamite. That should be enough to clear Yates. I'll turn myself into the guard. We'll see how long that plays out when someone gets sick and needs my help. I'll turn myself into the guard. We'll see how long that plays out when someone gets sick and needs my help.
You're carrying too many odds and ends. Time to let something go.
This big break in the case you pulled out of the rabbit's hat.
Not me. Talk to the newcomer. They've been investigating on my behalf.
All right, out with it. Hal says you got some new info that'll exonerate Yates. Well, I'll be damned. And where did you get this? Wait, Dr. Kim's the thief? Why the hell would she do that? Damn, I never pegged her for that. But if there's a motive and evidence clearing this drunk, I guess he can go. You hear that, Yates? It's a miracle. You're free to go.
Sometimes miracles are just people doing their jobs.
Yeah. Don't stomp the ice, Yates. It's real thin.
It seems thy act of God has been performed. I thank you for having faith where I had none. In our past conversation, you recommended I look beyond religion and doctrine. I wonder if you still feel that way. What do you think? Shall we change the house of worship to a community center? And what would you recommend? I owe you my life and my faith, so it's only right that you choose. I find their ideology hopeless. If a man is without a soul, then he is but a rock, caught in time's endless river. Day by day he's eroded by the stream, shrinking to a pebble and ground to gravel and dust. That is not something I want to preach. I want a world where we are more than dust. And what would you recommend? I do know his message well enough to preach it, but where was he when I was made to suffer for a crime I didn't commit? I once believed in the plan. I'm not sure I do anymore. Very well. We will preach the scripture of the Sanctum Universum. I suppose I should also thank Hal for his part in this. Not sure where he went off to, though. I'm free. The air smells sweeter. Foul still, but sweeter. That may or may not be my own breath. I'm free. The air smells sweeter. Foul still.
You have some nerve dropping this on me now.
I'm sorry, Zaina. I meant no malice. I only seek justice for my crimes.
And what about the people here? Do we not get a say?
That's why I suggested a vote.
What you're asking for is a trial. But fine, if you want a damn jury, let it be us.
I'll make my daily rounds. I trust you can keep our discussion private. Not right now. Let's finish the work first. Delaying, yes. I'm not in the mindset to revisit that time. Give me a moment to finish my business here. I don't blame you if you have doubts. When cornered, it's a man's natural inclination to run. But that will not serve the people here. Not right now. Let's... Understood. I'll be around if you have other questions.
After a year here, Hal was voted in as a citizen unanimously. He's been invaluable. I rely a lot on Dr. Kim to alleviate my aches and pains. She's a genius of a doctor. Then it's settled. We're putting it to a vote.
As long as I'm given the opportunity to confess. But in the interest of fairness, I don't know for certain what happened to Shinar after I left. Perhaps the visitor would be better served to speak to that.
If such a person exists, then their testimony would be more than welcome. For my part, I'll try to get the word out about the trial and what it means for this outpost, especially given recent events. Oh, and one other thing. If the vote ends up a tie, I'd like you to break it. Because you're the most neutral party here. You've seen Shinar, but you've also seen what Hal's done for us here. Thank you. Keep in mind, it's still a democratic process. Regardless, it looks like we have a long day ahead of us. We best get to it. Here, I thought I'd just...
I will turn
ease into
myself into the
retirement.
guard and await the outcome.
Simply amazing.
I'm free. The air smells sweeter. It feels divine. Ah, I see. So Hal has confessed. He confided in me long ago. I never spoke a word of it, of course. Surprised. Confused. It's a bit like looking at a sheep who insists he's a wolf. What fluffy wool he has. You don't even notice the fangs. No, he did not. But now that Hal has come forward, the greater question, of course, is what to do about it. I shall, to the best of my meager abilities. Hal wants to be executed, but I wonder if that is what is right. But I digress. In closing, I will leave you with the words of Clarice Lispector. Who has not asked himself at some time or other, am I a monster, or is this what it means to be a person? Well said. Either way, I don't know if Hal Caruso is a good man. I don't know if the act of becoming good constitutes atonement. But when the vote comes, we will have to decide for ourselves what he deserves. I'm free. The air smells sweet.
You made the wrong move. Somebody's gonna get hurt or sick, and I won't be there to save them. You made the wrong move. Somebody's gonna get hurt or sick, and I won't be there to save them.
I appreciate you helping out with the whole Yates thing, but leave the investigating to the professionals, okay? He's been real busy as of late, hasn't he? Well, what is it this time? Big Hal? Sure, he looks intimidating, but that man wouldn't hurt a heat leech. Did you talk to anyone else about this? I'd hate for word to spread if it ain't true. Fair enough. If what you say is true, then yeah, the law's the law. But I need to hear it from Hal myself. Stay out of trouble now.
Yo, I heard Yates was freed. Nice work. Yeah? He's amazing, right? Bullshit. I know he hasn't talked much about his past, but I know what he's done here. This outpost wouldn't be here without him. There must be some mistake. Well, we've got to vote for his freedom. There's no other vote to make. Even if what you're saying is true, he's changed. Are we really gonna punish him for something that happened like a decade ago? No, there's gotta be another way. I just have to figure out how the vote is gonna go down and change it. Later.
You said we had a deal, stranger. I suggest you honor it. Good man. Works hard, keeps to himself. But I take it that's not what you want to discuss. Huh. Doesn't surprise me. What does that have to do with me? Well, if he's done something that serious, he should answer to the law. Still, based on his work ethic, he's a changed man. Exile might be the best option. Either way, I will do my own research and vote when I know enough. Do widzenia.
Yo. What's up? Hello, my name is... Jeez. What century are you from? Name's Sunny, with an I. I run the farm here. Also, I'm kind of a bitch. Nah, I think I just like being one. Cool thought, though. He's great. Works day and night and doesn't bitch. I wonder if he's single. Kicking and screaming, basically. My parents forced me to come here and live with my sis after I got into some shit back in Neon. Joke's on them. Now I shovel shit for a living. Kill me. I'm a farmer, but I don't like it. It's boring and tedious. And so I got to thinking, this sucks. Why can't a robot do this shit? That's what I'm saying. But nobody's listening. Tell that to the plants. Look at them. I tell them to hurry their shit up, and they just sit there. Chillin'. Anyway, looks like someone got Rusty up and running already, and I didn't even have to pay him. Sucker born every minute. I'm a farmer, and so I got to think... Better? I think you mean slower. Anyway, looks like someone got Rusty up and running already, and I didn't even have to pay him. Sucker born every minute. I'm a farmer, and so I got to thinking hell yeah! First I found some chunks in my pocket, now this? This day just keeps getting better. Hal Caruso is boring. You trying to bore me to death? Oh, snap, for real? Is he like a serial killer or some shit? A vote sounds amazeballs. Think of the drama. I gotta get a Vitsa to build us one of those old-school guillotines. We'll stick Hal's fat head inside, and it'll be just whoop. Then we can all place bets on how far it'll roll. I always do. But you did do me a solid with Rusty, so maybe I'll do as you say. Favor for a favor.
Mm-hmm. I'm not sure power like that was meant for humankind. for you. Something for you when you have a moment. Whatever you need, you've got it. Always and any time. I feel so lucky to be with someone like you. I certainly do. Bye, love.
Need something for your ship?
If there's trouble, let us handle it.
Third challenge ready.
You again? Did you ever find Shinar?
Bring weapons.
Yes. The graves of brilliant scientists, laborers, parents, and spouses. And to think, the one responsible for the deaths is still roaming free. What? You found him? And how is he? Dead? Tortured? No! This isn't good enough for that man! Outsiders will not know the pain that man has caused. But I suppose that is why you are here. You want me to bear witness. Understood. Give me the coordinates, and I'll put the nail in his oversized coffin. Wonderful. Together we will write his obituary. I'll meet you at this outpost, provided Caruso hasn't raised it to the ground.
Hey there! What do you need?
Unless you want to spend a night in the cell, I suggest you play by the rules.
Hal's confessed to some serious crimes. This isn't that simple.
Pretty big mistake, though. How do we know he's not gonna do a sequel?
And how do we know Shinar wasn't dead in the water? You heard him. He wasn't even there when they died.
This bickering is pointless. Let's just have the vote and be done with it.
Ibiza says Sunny is lazy, but I think it's an act. She does her. Hal's in lockup. Figured I'd give him a moment to settle his affairs.
Mm-hmm. I got Big Hal to cover... Mm-hmm. I got Big Hal to cover for like 3 of my... I'm a farmer, and so I got to thinking... I know, I'm a genius. Anyway, looks like someone got Rusty up and running already, and I didn't even have to pay him. Sucker born every minute. I'm a farmer, and so I got to thinking...
that was born?
I'm a farmer, and so I got to thinking, hell yeah! Good talk, you weirdo.
Does it hurt when you do that?
There's no way I'm letting Cal go down for this.
Sometimes I see the light on my I have something for you when you have a moment.
Things for you. The two of us make quite the pair, eh? What's on your mind? How is it that you always know exactly what to say? Yes, have a look. Bye, love.
I sure ain't bored. Got no time to be.
You again? Did you ever find Shinar? Yes. A lot of very good people were lost. Brilliant minds. And to think, the one responsible for the deaths is still roaming free. What? You found him? And how is he? Dead? Tortured? No! These are good enough for that man! Outsiders will not know the pain that man has caused. But I suppose that is why you are here. You want me to bear witness. Understood. Give me the coordinates, and I'll put the nail in his oversized coffin. Wonderful. Together we will write his obituary.
Location found. Spring ready.
Hey,
I'll meet you at this outpost.